I've mentioned to you before, I'm partially Italian at least. I like to consider fully Italian, but it's not provable. But
you're not Catholic, so you're not fully Italian. Let's keep it.
But I always find it funny when you look at the old school Italian cooks and stuff like that. You know the old way of finding out if your pasta's cooked, right?
Yeah.
You throw it against the wall to see if it sticks, right? Well, I'm seeing that a lot with the media right now, right? And it seems like the mentality of the media is, let's just take absolutely everything that Trump is doing and try to make it a controversy, throw it at the wall, see what sticks with the public, and let them just create this massive uproar about it surrounding those issues then. And then sit back and report on those stories and blow them up even further. You know what I mean? So, case in point, it's apparently a big story this week that Trump sexually harassed an Irish reporter. Did you see this? That was covering his phone call with Ireland's newly elected Prime Minister, I believe. Forgive me on this one. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar to congratulate him.
Sounded good until the end.
Varadkar. You read it. You read it right there.
All right. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar.
What?
Varadkar?
That's exactly what I said. So he called him to congratulate him on his recent election win. Well, Trump remarked, "Well, we have a lot of your Irish press watching us. They're just now leaving the room. Let's take a look at the video from there that the left is taking issue with when he apparently started, quote, flirting inappropriately with a reporter." So let's take a look at that real quick here.
Well, we have a lot of your Irish press watching us. They're just now leaving the room. And where are you from? Go ahead. Come here. Where are you from? Should we have all of this beautiful Irish press? Where are you from?
I'm from RTE News.
Katrina
Perry.
Katrina Perry. She has a nice smile on her face, so I bet she treats you well.
I'm sorry to cut back here. I'm sure you were waiting for something that was very controversial that he said, but it was that he said she has a nice smile.
Yeah.
So
it would kind of be borderline creepy if he said she has a nice smile and a face.
Yeah.
But no, he said she has a nice smile on her face.
Yeah, she must treat you well, which is in direct response to he calls out the media for not treating him well in our country, right? So if we're gonna focus on the nice smile portion, like I hate to be vulgar with things, and I'm gonna try to do a roundabout way of how this would be vulgar.
Just jump in.
But if he had said she has a nice smile, I can imagine what she uses it for.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's completely different. He paid her a freaking compliment.
Yeah. It's not like he went,
Yeah.
she has a nice smile on her face.
Oh, my word. But, so now if you say someone has a nice smile, it's dang near close to being raped, according to the left. Which should be an outrage to women that have actually been sexually abused or harassed, that we have gotten to the point where making a mountain out of a molehill has caused this. What's going to happen is sexual allegations of misconduct and abuse and rape and stuff like that are going to be basically diminished in value as an accusation by crying wolf all the time.
Yep.
You know, by making everything out to be akin to the equality of that type of level of abuse.
Yep.
You are diminishing the actual horrific nature of those cases.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the whole campus rape culture, and 1 in 4 people suffer some kind of sex. It's crazy.
That's not
I
true.
mean, they're even talking about how if 2 people get drunk and mess around, and then you later are regretful of that, you were raped?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No. That's not how it works,
and
people.
if that's the case, why is it only the female that can claim rape?
Yeah, absolutely. And
because if they were both drunk and consenting at the time, And
what if they both claimed rape at each other?
Yeah.
That'd be so great.
The liberals
he
would
raped
be...
me. No, you raped me. And they're both being sincere, like not even messing around. It just cancels itself out. You're just go home.
No, I think the progressive left would start like fritzing with sparks coming out. Trying to figure out. Well, no, the female wins.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh yeah, they would start checking off the privilege points. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, are you white?
Yes.
Okay, that's one mark against you.
Yep.
Okay, are you a man? Okay, that's another mark.
Do you
against
live in a Republican state?
You're straight. Okay, that's another mark against you.
Cisgender, huh?
There is a video I have to show you. I should have brought it up because this would have been something fantastic to talk about on the show. It's called the Modern Education, SHUN. I just got to show it to you. Maybe it's something we can talk about next week. It's fantastic.
Okay.
But
he's already invited himself back for next week.
Whenever I'm back
again. Wink, wink.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to see it, and I'll show it to you later. But yeah, it's the whole, it really does devalue actual sexual assault victims that are trying to make a claim.
Yeah. Well, as always, this reminds me of hypocrisy.
Oh, of course.
I'm just being honest.
I always say that if people really are that outraged about rape, which they should be, the number one place they should be protesting is outside of male prisons. Because the highest percentage of a rape population victim are male inmates. So take your protests if you really mean it. If you really care about it, that's where they should be picketing.
What would you say is the left's favorite president, possibly of all times, but certainly modern times?
Barack Obama.
Okay. So this guy says that this woman, this female reporter, has a nice smile, right?
Mm-hmm. Atrocious.
Well, the left seems to forget that some things did happen in the Obama administration too that wasn't covered very much by the news. But if you would like to see the look on First Lady Michelle Obama's face in these pictures, right now I'm bringing up that the President Obama and his wife, First Lady Michelle Obama, went to Nelson Mandela's funeral. And he was sitting next to and flirting heavily with the Danish Prime Minister there. And in the upper left corner there, you can see President Obama and the Danish Prime Minister and this other Prime Minister on her other side taking a selfie at the funeral. But the look of disgust in almost every single picture here on Michelle Obama's face as look at how close he is to the Danish Prime Minister.
Oh, they're yucking it up.
Compared to, look at the space between him and her and him and his wife Michelle. Look at that lower right-hand corner picture right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they are like, it almost looks like Obama could have his arm around the Danish Prime Minister right there. And Michelle, you could fit someone else between them. And she is just outraged by this, right?
And I even want to go on record as saying that just based on those pictures, I don't think he's doing anything wrong. Just like Trump didn't do anything wrong by saying that well, not in a, I mean that in a flirtatious way. This should not be going on at a funeral of someone as respected as Nelson. That's what I meant.
Okay.
But just if you take away that they're at a funeral, he's just talking to someone. They're taking pictures. That's not. He's not harassing her.
No.
But the fact
Michelle's
that
pissed.
oh yeah, and she has a right to be.
She looks like she does.
Yeah.
She looks like she has a mouthful of lemons.
Yeah. But
pretty crazy.
To say that Trump is harassing this Irish reporter is crazy. It's just another thing that they want to. They just look for anything, like you said, throwing it against the wall, see what sticks, to make him a horrible
Don't
person.
take away all my fun. I have more examples.
Oh, okay. All right, let's do it.
So
I was going to say, you didn't even bring up Clinton yet.
That goes unsaid, basically. But here's the other thing, too. In regards to... Let me bring up these pictures again here. In regards specifically to these pictures right here, and you talked about funeral etiquette, basically.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Flirting is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you watched Wedding Crashers, it's actually one of the best ways to pick up a chick.
Yeah, funeral crashers.
Funeral. Yeah, I'll throw in a wedding every now and then. But funerals are insane. The chicks are so horny, it's not even fair. It's like fishing with dynamite.
Horny?
Yeah. crazy horny. I just at a funeral. Grief is nature's most powerful aphrodisiac.
But that being said, if you there was recent reports and news stories by, I forget who it was. It was over the last couple months that there's a disturbing new trend of people taking selfies at funerals. Right?
It's weird, man.
Well, there's your leader by example, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you wonder, well, where do they get these things? Well, I can point to someone pretty high up there, too. You know what I mean?
If they can do it at Nelson Mandela's funeral, I mean, I'm sure Uncle John won't mind too much.
I mean, all these pictures and seeing everything that's going on there had to be so much time that the president himself just didn't care about what was really going on in this funeral service. Mm-hmm. For a very highly respected like
human
rights
being.
Leader, you know what I mean? So I just find that pretty interesting. Okay, so let's see here. You know, I just recently read the story about the fad on selfies and everything. But where was the press? Now, we're not talking about sexist things here, but where was the press for all the stupid racial stuff that Joe Biden said? If you haven't seen this, you're gonna love it. All right. Here we go.
Oh, God.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. Oh, gigantic.
Okay? All right.
Oh, my God.
I remember things like these.
Yeah.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
You know what I would love? I would love just those quotes, right? No video, just those quotes given to the ladies of The View and tell them that Trump said it last week.
Yes.
Oh, my God. They would lose it. Lose it. And then tell them, no, wait, actually, Joe Biden said it.
Here's the clip.
That would be amazing.
I would love to be in, I want to get big enough that I'm invited onto The View.
Yeah.
Yes. Jebediah Bell. Just sit me right next to you. And Whoopi Goldberg. I want to sit between you and Whoopi Goldberg. I love Whoopi. I hate her policies. I hate the way that her mentality, this victimhood mentality and everything. But I love Whoopi. And I got to give credit where credit's due. As stupid as it is, some of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, she is an example, a symbol of females that have made it.
Yep.
Right? Not only females that have made it, but a black female that made it in a comedy scene that was dominated by men as a minority female.
Yep.
Like, she was, back in her days, it was her and Robin Williams and a couple other ones that lit up stages.
Yep.
I have a high amount of respect for her career, right?
Yeah.
Not for what she says now on the
video. For political viewpoints.
Yeah.
You know, you got to find a way to separate like the person between what they, think. The one that I really can't stand is Joy Behar. She's the one that's just horrible. I just can't even deal. I can't even deal with her.
So I was Google searching, YouTube searching for other creepy things that Joe Biden has said in regards to being sexually towards women and everything. And because there's a couple. There was just one recently that happened where this black woman came up to him and he's like up on her. He starts kissing her on, like, this is what he's doing. He's like going off on her face. I'm like, this is, Trump in comparison. This guy is super creepy. Right?
Yeah.
I came across one other video.
Okay.
And the video itself is about 6 minutes long of short clips like this of one meeting as people were coming up to take pictures with him. And I cut this 6-minute clip down to about a minute. Okay. So I don't know exactly where it ends because I just said 1 minute and that's it. But take a look at just some of the creepy freaking things that Joe Biden has said to people in one meeting alone.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, what's the story?
How are you? Good to see you. I'm Joe Biden. Show me that.
Just put a smile. God, let me get in here. Come on, sis, get in here.
You got $1 million smile.
There's a lot to smile about today.
You betcha.
Good looking bunch. Spread your legs. You're going to be frisked. I want you next to me.
How you
I want you
doing?
next to me. How are you guys? Good to see you. Come on, let's do this. Oh, shit. You're so special. Oh, mackerel. You got a doubleheader, your daughter. Leave him there, will you? You got a smile that lights up the room. Your smile lights up the room. You got a smile that lights up the whole chamber.
Thank you.
Mom, you come by me. Mom, how are you? You look like his sister. Get over here. Look, in my house it was real simple. There's mothers, and then there's something else, and something else, and there's mothers, and then there's mothers. Come on, Mom. Take a chance.
Oh my god.
Okay, so 3 times in a row they show him saying, you have a smile that lights up the room. Which is exactly what Trump just said.
Oh my god.
Right? And on top of that, it may have been hard for you to hear, so when I put together the YouTube version, you can really like turn up the volume and everything. But when some of these women were walking up to him, he's like, God, good word, look at you. Like he's like really laying into them about their beauty.
If that
like,
was Trump, oh my god.
Oh, the media world would be losing their ever loving crap over that stuff.
Unbelievable.
I mean, there was one where he's like, oh, you got the double header here, your wife and your daughter. Like he said that to the father.
Oh god.
You had him saying, that. What was the one? He's like, the whole group comes up. He's like, spread your legs. You're going to get frisked.
What?
Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then the creepy way he stroked Mom's face.
That old woman's face. It was, I would have been like, oh gosh. My skin is melting.
Oh, God, man. It's unbelievable.
But talk about an example of what they should be going after, right? Did you see that stuff before?
I've seen a little bit. Yeah.
Of that specific
Not
meeting?
that specific meeting.
Okay, yeah, there are more out there, trust me. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to make it pretty short. It wasn't. Anyway. Okay, so... Well, there you go. Here is exactly where I said. I said, do I even need to mention the multiple rape allegations on Bill Clinton and the fact that Hillary Clinton, the most recent Democratic presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, used the FBI to dig up dirt on those rape victims to silence them into shutting up on it.
I mean, that to me is just as bad, if not worse, as far as how to treat women.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. To dig that up, to degrade them, treat them like garbage. All to defend what I believe is a loveless marriage, strictly for political power. Arrangement. Yep. I mean, it's disgusting. Really is.
Yeah, I said. Listen, the whole grab her by the comment by Trump that surfaced, the video that surfaced, is disgusting.
I don't even care, honestly.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, but whatever. 2 dudes talking, not knowing they're being recorded. My wife, like my wife, kind of gets together with a friend who is pretty on the left, and and
I was like, you better watch what you say.
Yeah, no, and
I'm the one that's apologizing for my New Jersey comments. You're about to step into some ground where you're apologizing to her.
And Tracy's pretty politically agnostic. Like, she doesn't really care that much, But when I show her stuff the left does, she does say, like, this is crazy, because it's just common sense. So her friend
nowadays,
when she told her friend that I voted for Trump, and that I was a Republican, she was like outraged, right? And then she's like, did you hear what Trump said? And Tracy's like, yeah. And I love her for this so much. She's like, isn't it like the worst thing ever? And Tracy goes, no, it's 2 dudes talking. I was like, well, I love you.
Can we please just stop making every action by this man out to be sexual harassment before you diminish the value of actual sexual harassment? That goes back to the point I made before. And it's just... That is what's going to happen. They don't realize that it's a cyclical thing. I forgot to mention it in the notes about Illinois too. It almost feeds directly into this. So in Illinois, just to go back to that topic real quick, you bail them out, they don't learn their lesson, and they continue to vote Democratic politicians. They continue to do the same thing, leading into a budget crisis that they need to be bailed out of. It gets into this cyclical nature, right? That they just keep on repeating the same mistakes because they don't learn their lesson. Well, what's going to happen with this? We're going to get to the point where they accuse him of so many different things and make sexual harassment cases of all these things, including saying that you have a nice smile, that it gets to the point where when people say things, it's not going to be taken seriously anymore. The whole cry wolf thing.
Yeah.
And then what happens when their guy gets into office and the accusations are thrown right back in their face because people like Joe Biden do even creepier things?
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a leg to stand on anymore.
Yeah.
They don't realize that in the end, they're chopping off their nose to spite their face, basically.
It's kind of like the Republicans back then saying about the new healthcare or Obamacare being done behind closed doors, and now they're doing it. It's the same kind of thing, you know.
Yep.
And it's just even going back to the comment during the election. 12 years before he's running for president or whatever, 11 years. So I remember at that time also, like, Jay-Z and Beyonce put on a concert all for supporting Hillary and everything. And I was like, yeah, what Trump said was really awful. I was like, it'd be so bad if someone else said stuff like this. And then I just put like 2 paragraphs of Jay-Z lyrics,
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine wrote up and they're like, yeah, but he's not running for president. And I'm like, yeah, and 11 years ago Trump wasn't either. And they're like, yeah, but he's just a celebrity billionaire CEO. And I'm like, yeah, and 11 years ago Trump was a celebrity billionaire CEO. Do you realize how stupid you sound?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hi everyone, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in more content from the Generation Y Conservative, you can click on the most recent over here. Also, I encourage you to click on the subscribe button down here and let your friends know by sharing this channel. While you're there, I also encourage you to click on the little bell notification so that you can be notified when content is published, whether it's the Generation Y Conservative podcast or more recently, our movie reviews, which are a lot of fun. We'll catch you next time on the Generation Y Conservative.